The grains are one of the favorite sectors to trade. We have Soybeans Day Trader 3. You can see some of the recent trades here. Short trade a couple of days ago on Monday. On Wednesday, we have a long trade. Not a lot of movement in this market. It can go either way before the close. And I'll take a look at the performance summary. This is in our 100K portfolio. Here are the results going back to the beginning of electronically traded soybeans. Soybeans started trading electronically on August the 1st, 2006, and this includes $25 round turn slippage and commission. And here is the drawdown. Here is the total net profit. And here is the equity curve. And so you can see recent equity peaks in this as it went through drawdown. You can see here what happens with systems is sometimes you go through periods of time where you're just kind of sideways to down and from equity peak to equity peak. And that's why I like to trade a portfolio of systems. You see an equity peak. The equity peaks are represented by green dots. So you have periods where there might be a consistent streak of equity peaks, and that's always nice. But then you have periods also with single trading systems where June of 2011 is the equity peak, and there's not another equity peak until March of 2013. So 1 year and 9 months basically between equity peaks is something that we see from time to time. And no, it's normal. 1 to 2 years. I've seen this in many trading systems. So that's why we like a portfolio of trading systems. Other strategies is swing trading strategies in the grains that we have in the portfolio calculator. I'm going to show you how you can add these to a portfolio mixture. Every now and then when you have swing strategies, they can go through really nice periods where they catch the zigzags in the market. You see soybean meal, swing, long, short, long, long, and then finally a loser here on the short side. This also goes through winning and losing streaks, and I'm going to look at the equity curve on that. Swing trade strategies typically have a higher average trade profit, and with $25 round turn slippage and commission taken out of this, you have over 100 without that. And this goes back to the beginning of electronically traded soybean meal 8/1/2006. And here's the equity curve. You see there's a peak here in March of 2014. Then we didn't get another peak until October, and then nice series of equity peaks. So occasionally you get these equity peaks and then sideways, and then equity peaks and then sideways. And so that's one of the characteristics of trading systems is they don't always go through a equity peak, a period where they're just constantly making equity peaks. And that's my experience with strategies. Soybeans swing also made recent equity peaks. You see this nice upturn, and you have this long period. You have an equity peak here, August 2011, and then there's one here, but it just kind of goes back down, so it doesn't really count in my opinion. August of 2011, and then August of 2013. So that's 2 years between this equity peak and this equity peak. But it's a good strategy, and I've tested this back to the beginning of pit traded soybeans as well in an old post, and you can contact me about that if you have questions on that. But you know, swing trade strategies, they tend to have bigger drawdowns. You hold positions overnight. They do give both bigger drawdowns and sometimes bigger average trade profits, and they keep you in the position longer. So you can see the biggest losing trade is $2,000. And one of the things you have to think about in grains are limit moves, and if any limit moves were to happen overnight. So that's one of the options to think about. And how would you add this to a portfolio? Here is a modified portfolio with 17 strategies, and you can see a lot of the strategies are in the 100K portfolio. We've removed some to keep the account size required under 25K at Ninja Broker. And you can see when we add soybean swing here and then swing soybean meal, those two strategies, how it's done. And those two strategies did really well last month, and then last month our other strategies didn't do as well. So always looking at ways we can improve our portfolio. You could also add these strategies to the 100K portfolio, and that would have helped it as well. If you want to trade swing strategies, it's definitely a diversity to day trade strategies, because most of our strategies are day trade, and we had a couple of E-mini S&P swing strategies. This would end up adding a couple of swing strategies for the grains, and so it would provide additional diversity into the type of strategy. And you can see the results here. Nice equity curve, nice cyclical drawdown curve on this. And the portfolio calculator has been updated through yesterday. So you can type in all kinds of configurations, type in the number of contracts next to the system, and it will give you the results up here about the portfolio and how it would work in your portfolio. So that's the update for today. I've spent a lot of time researching some new strategies and haven't sent as many emails out. So hopefully I'll have some new strategies soon, studying some new concepts and related to market depth. And so we'll see if those pan out into new strategies. And I will let you know soon.